Hey everybody, how you doing? Jeff here, back with another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. I just wanted to do a video on kind of some general hints and tips about the game. I've been playing since the original release, so for 20 years I've got thousands of hours in over the years, and so these are just kind of some habits I've developed every time I start a new character or a new season. These are kind of the things that I follow along to help me progress, hopefully a little quicker, and just to make things a little smoother. So the first one I'd say, and these aren't in any particular order. Uh, First one I'm going to mention though is just to open everything. Items can drop from anything and everything. So you come across a chest, you never know what you're going to find. It could pop out blue items, yellow items, unique, some runes, all kinds of stuff. So as you're going along, kill guys. Oh, there's a set item happen to drop. So as you're running along on your fresh character, start of a season, just interact with everything. Open everything, kill everything in your path. The more items that drop, the better chance you have of getting good items. Waypoints are extremely helpful. They're in a lot of games these days now, but they look like this on the ground. If you open your mini-map, you can kind of see the little icon there as you get close. Grab it, and you can teleport to any place you've already been. This is really useful, obviously, to get around fast. If you die, you can get back to your body quicker. And Diablo 2 is a grind towards the end if you want to push your character to the limits, and so you're going to be rerunning a lot of areas, killing out a lot of the same monsters, a lot of the same bosses, so this just speeds up that process to reach those areas again. Shops are very useful. There's usually a few merchants in each of the towns. You can see up here at the top they have different tabs. She sells, necro, paladin, and sorceress weapons. Right away when I start a character, I'm always buying a Tomb of Town Portal and a Tomb of Identify to carry those around with me so I can identify on the go, and I've got Town Portals ready whenever I need them. Potions you can buy are pretty useful. You hover over them and it shows how much they heal. This heals 30 points versus a light healing heals 60 points. Blue heals your mana. The purple is the rejuvenation potions. The difference between that and the regular ones is the regulars heals over time. If I tap this potion, it'll slowly fill up my health globe, whereas rejuvenation instantly fills that missing life and mana, and it does heal both life and mana. Other potions are useful. When I first start a character, I'm usually trying to hoard some stamina potions because it's really annoying to run around and you run out of stamina and you can't move. So you can pop one of these, and then you'll see my stamina bar is blue at the bottom. So I have infinite stamina for a short while to run around. The other potions here are pretty useful too. Antidote, if you get poisoned, you can drink that to recover. And a thawing potion. If you get frozen and turn blue, you can do a thawing potion. Another side effect of these is actually they give resistances. If we come over to my resistances here, my poison right now is 10%. I'm going to drink an antidote potion, which would heal poison. I pop back over and look, all of a sudden my poison resistance is 60 for a short while. Same thing with the thawing. It thaws me from being frozen. If I drink it, it also boosts my cold by 50% as an extra side effect. Pretty helpful. So if you know specifically some bosses or bad areas like that, you can drink that to help protect yourself. Let's talk about quests. So in your menu, you've got a quest log to track everything. Each act has some different quests. I highly recommend just starting out doing these first three for sure. The first one gives a skill point for free. This one is the one that gives you a Mercenary, which can really boost your damage, and they can be really valuable endgame too. And this last one that I recommend is the Search for Cain. Normally you have to identify whatever items you find, but after you save him, you can just run over, hit Identify All, and he automatically does everything in your inventory. So if you had any questions about those, I do have a video guide for each of those quests, as well as the other quests, so you can check those out. Let's talk about mercenaries. I just completed the second quest in the first act. This is through Burial Grounds. I turned in my quest. I got a free mercenary. If I want to replace it, I can go to hire here and hire a new one. They do have some different skills, and there's a different mercenary in each act. And then you can equip them. You get a new tab here. She can wear a bow, an armor, and a helmet. So if you can see, she does 1 to 4 damage. My character is only doing 2 to 8 right now. So that's a pretty good boost. You can just put just a regular short bow on her, and all of a sudden she's doing more damage than I'm doing. Just with some basic stuff you find, like these chipped gems that you'll find all over. You can find a socket and bow and throw a socket and bow together,
I'll put that to good
and all of a sudden
use.
she's doing 6 to 23 damage, way more than me. And one thing I'll mention real quick too is I always like to throw a blue gem in, a sapphire, because that will add cold, which will freeze enemies. And there are 5 acts in the game. Each one has a different mercenary. Pretty much everybody uses an Act 2 mercenary, though. They're definitely the best. You can see the red circle coming around like my character and my mercenary, the little red dots. That's an aura that he is giving me, and it affects your entire party. All your friends you're playing with, they're mercenaries, they're minions. If they're a necromancer and they're summoning skeletons, if they're a druid and they have pets, it helps everyone in the party. So their auras are amazing. And normal has 3 different options. Hell has the same 3 options for auras, and then Nightmare has a different set of 3 options. So you can kind of look and see which ones will fit your playstyle and your character the best. Talk about skills. So in your menu, you've got a skill tree tab. Each class has 3 skill trees of skills that they can place points into when they level up. Every time you level up, you get a point, and there are some quests that give bonus points also. So Paladin, for instance, has defensive auras, offensive auras, and combat skills. And if you pick a skill and hover over it, for instance, I'm using my Holy Freeze aura, it tells me exactly what the skill does. My current skill level is 12. It does however much cold damage. This one happens to slow enemies, and it tells me how big of an area it hits. At the very bottom, it says it receives bonuses from skills also. So if I put points into Resist Cold or Salvation, my Holy Freeze skill will get bonus damage based on those. So my skill is level 12, but if you look at my defensive auras, I've also got 11 points into Resist Cold. So I'm getting that much bonus to boost my damage for this. So before you put points in, I would just check those out and see what helps what, and it'll make you more powerful. And I'll also add that I wouldn't stress too much about skills. It's a huge part of the game, but don't worry about putting a point in the wrong place or, oh, I messed this up, because you can always reset. The first quest in the game offers you right here, I've already done it, but when you complete that quest, it'll offer you a chance to reset your skills. And you can do that in each difficulty, normal, nightmare, and hell for 3 times. And even at endgame, there's another method that you can use to reset your skill points. So don't stress out like you messed up. It used to be in the original game, when it first came out, there was no resetting whatsoever, but not a big deal here. When you level up, you'll get 5 stat points, and there are a couple quests that'll give bonus points as well. You've got 4 choices, either strength, dexterity, vitality, or energy. The basic rule that's been around forever is put enough strength to wear your equipment. Dexterity, only put points if you want to block with a shield, and everything into vitality, nothing into energy. As you get later into the game, your equipment will give you a bunch of bonuses, and you might want to switch this around anyway, and it can also be reset just like the skill points. So you can play around with it, and you can always reset it later. So if you're feeling weak and you want to level up some extra early game, there's a couple of good places to do that that have been around forever. The first one is in Act 1, Tristram runs. Here's the Stony Field, these cairn stones. It's part of the Save Deckard Cain quest. So you open that portal, it takes you to Tristram, and there's Griswold in here, unique monster usually, and then some champions up in the middle of town. So real common for people to come through, clear out the town in a couple minutes. You can exit the game, start a new game, just use the waypoint to go right back to the Stony Field, through the stones, and then clear it out again. And people do this commonly up until about level 15. If you start a new character and you just want to rush the character through, this is very common to just pump that character up real fast. And then the second spot is at the end of Act 2. You go to the Canyon of the Magi. There are 7 tombs around the edge of the map, and you just get a full group. Hopefully they can clear fast, and you just go from tomb to tomb, clearing out absolutely everything. Usually tons of monsters to kill, some chests, and some glowing chests to open up, so you can get some pretty good loot and level up. People will go to 20, or you could even go to mid-20s if you really wanted to. So another fast way to level. People ask all the time, oh, what class should I play? What's the strongest character? I say just do what you are going to enjoy because then you'll enjoy the game. And this is a fantastic game. It's got lots of options. Each of the classes has many skills that are viable. For instance, for Paladin, I've played a Holy Fire build, a Holy Freeze build, a Holy Shock. I've done physical builds with concentration or fanaticism. While playing with friends, I've done a healer build just to heal them. This a classic hammered in build that's really powerful. So there's lots of different options for all the classes. So don't worry about not trying something. You can always respec and reset your skills and try again. Eventually, you will want to stick with just probably one or two damaging skills and then hit all the synergies to power them up. But that's getting towards end game or at least mid game. And at the start of the game, just experiment and see what's fun. So in Diablo 2, trading exists. Those of you who are maybe coming from Diablo 3, where there was no trading, and you're playing your monk and you find a necromancer item, it just goes straight into the garbage can, right? Not the case with Diablo 2. So you find some cool item, hang on to it. Trade it with a friend, trade it with a random person for something that you can use for your character. You can trade it with yourself. Look on the left side of the screen there, the stash, and they've got a nice expanded big stash to hold a lot more items. So you can just throw it in there and save it for a character maybe you want to make in the future. Okay, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I tried to keep it quick, just aimed more at beginners to the game. If you found anything helpful, I'd really appreciate a like or a subscribe. I'm going to have lots more videos coming for Diablo 2 Resurrected. And if you wanted to make any comments down below, maybe you had questions about specific things, I'd be happy to answer those. Or if you had tips yourself, drop those in the comments too and help everybody out. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.